What is going on, gents? It's RPM here, coming at you with another episode of Hockey Mask Time. Now, this article was dropped in the comment section by Neo the Outflanker, and it was published on the 30th of July. A Florida nurse's estranged husband has been accused of lying in wait for her outside the medical facility where she worked, stabbing her repeatedly, and then running over her body in the parking lot after she left her shift. Let me just go ahead and say this right here. Woo! Philip Matthew is now facing first-degree murder charges in the brutal slaying of his estranged wife, Maren Joy, after she was able to tell the police in a dying declaration that her husband had attacked her, according to an arrest warrant obtained by Oxygen.com. Coral Springs police responded to the scene around 7:38 a.m. Tuesday morning after receiving a 911 call about a possible stabbing and hit and run. One witness told police she had been leaving the hospital where she heard Joy screaming, "Help me! Help me!" and saw Matthew attacking the 26-year-old, according to the warrant. Another witness told police he had been standing by a hospital door when he heard a woman scream for help and saw Matthew, quote unquote, repeatedly stabbing Joy with a knife. The man ran to try to intervene, being a fucking stupid white knight, but Matthew swung the knife at him and then took off in his vehicle, the warrant said. Honestly, I wish this guy would have gotten at least cut. Gentlemen, don't be a white knight. It's not your business. The only thing that you should do is call the police. That's it. The man was able to take a photograph of the vehicle, including capturing the Hyundai Sonata's Michigan license plate, before the suspect fled the scene. Joy told a police officer riding with her in the ambulance that her husband, Philip Matthew, had been the person who attacked her. The woman's dying declaration was captured on the officer's body camera, according to the report. Surveillance footage of the incident allegedly showed Matthew arriving at the hospital around 6:45 a.m. After Joy left her shift, Matthew drove up behind the vehicle, blocked her in before jumping out of his own car and pulling her from her vehicle. Matthew then began to repeatedly strike the victim on or about her body, police said in the warrant. Authorities said Matthew ran over his wife's body as he was leaving the scene. He stabbed her multiple times, and then after he stabbed her, leaving her body on the ground, he then proceeded to run over the victim, showing clear intent. Assistant State Attorney Eric Linder said in court Wednesday, according to local station WPLG. Police later found Matthew at a Studio 6 hotel in Coral Springs. He had cuts to both arms in what authorities believe may have been a suicide attempt. Linder argued that the first-degree murder charges were applicable in the case because there was clear signs of premeditation. Your Honor, he drove to her location of her place of work and laid in wait for her to leave, he said. This was not a random encounter. Matthew's attorney, Walter Miller, an assistant public defender, argued, however, that this was not a calculated act. A depraved heart or a crime of passion is not premeditation, and therefore this is second degree, not first degree, he said, requesting a mental evaluation for his client. The judge ordered Matthew to be held without bond. The alleged fatal confrontation between the estranged husband and wife was not the only violent incident between the pair. In 2018, police officers were called to the couple's home after Matthew allegedly had made threats to kill his wife and himself, according to the arrest warrant. Matthew was taken into custody under the Baker Act, a law in the state that allows police to detain a person deemed to be a threat to themselves or others for mental health evaluation. When the couple traveled to India together in December, Joy left her 2-year-old daughter in her mother's care in India to keep her safe, according to the South Florida Sun Central. After she returned to the United States, the couple split up. Joyce John, now you guys know how I am about Indian names. A former classmate and close friend of Matthew from India told the local outlet that Matthew had been distraught after his wife left him. He loved his family. He loves his daughter that much, he said. He liked to live with his wife and daughter. I just say Mr. Mattisaril. Yeah, okay, that sounds close enough. Said Matthew called him from a local hotel room Monday around midnight to say that Joy told him she would never allow him to see his daughter. That right there, gentlemen, in my opinion, is when Mr. Matthew snapped. Yeah. That is when that woman signed her death warrant. Mattisaril said the conversation had hurt Philip's heart. Shortly before Joy was killed, she called the Coral Springs police on July 19th, to say that she was going through a quote unquote very difficult divorce and that Matthew had wanted to reconcile and had been posting messages online, the report said. Those who knew the couple also told authorities Joy had been afraid for her safety before the fatal altercation. On the day she was killed, Joy had worked her last shift at the Broward Health North and had been planning to move to Tampa, where she had family. Wait a minute. I'm a little bit confused. If she had family in Tampa, why would she leave her daughter in India? Something's not adding up here. Oh well. But the young nurse would never have the chance. After her death, Jared Smith, the CEO of Broward Health Coral Springs, issued a statement that they were quote unquote heartbroken over the sudden loss of one of their employees, according to the paper. She was part of our family, blah, blah, motherfucking blah. That's the end of that article. Now, before I go any further, let's get to the scorecard, shall we? For location. Normally, a public execution would only get a 5. However, in this case, because she was a nurse and she got dealt with at a medical facility, I'll go ahead and be generous and give this one a 10. For method of execution. Oh, he literally put her to the blade. You know I'm going with a 10 on that one. For psychological impact, the fact that there were witnesses, I'll go ahead and issue a 10. Now for the brutality factor. Not only did he put her to the blade repeatedly. Just for good measure, he ran over her with the car. So I'm going to give him a 10, and then I'm going to bump it up another 5 points just for the fact that he ran over her, just to make sure. So Mr. Matthew gets a score of 45. Oh yeah, gentlemen. Now, this guy was Indian. As you guys know, India, according to a lot of people, is Kyrgyzstan. However, I call India Maskistan because of the sheer brutality of Indian men when they put on the mask. This guy was no different. Now, as I stated before, everybody wants to dance around what's really staring them in the face. Once that woman told that man that she was not going to allow him to see his daughter, that was his declaration of war. That was when he snapped. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I may not love you, but you're not going to take my daughter. Oh, no. That's a line that you better not cross, ladies. However, since we live in a society that's all too happy to let women do that, oh, trust and believe, more men are going to start putting on the mask. Believe you me, ladies. Oh, it's coming. Especially in these cities where they're talking about defunding the police and abolishing the police force. Oh, trust and believe. There's going to be some men who put the mask on. Now that the white knight jackboot thugs of the government aren't going to be there anymore. Oh, yeah. There will be some serious retribution being handed out. Well, read this article. Let me know what you guys think. And ladies, the power is still metaphorically out. Feminism, the corrupt family court, all the shields that you think you have by way of the police and white knights, they're going to go out right along with it. And as every single case of hockey mask time represents, when it's just down to you and the man that you've thoroughly pissed off to the point that he puts that mask on, it's only going to be you and him at that fatal encounter. That's all I got to say for this one. RPM, I am out.
Murder on my mind, yeah. Losing all my hope, yeah. I'ma do the crime, yeah. Fuck the red or blue, I'ma take the black pill, yeah. Fuck the red or blue, I'ma take the black pill.